Good evening, everyone. This is I'm gonna do something really stupid right about now. Jess, I'm referencing my current Steel Soul run of Hollow Knight. Well, now previous Steel Soul run of Hollow Knight. Anyways, I wanted to take a look at some open world games, and I was like, you know what? I still have Elden Ring on my library, and I'm like, I still have not finished it. I've gotten to who's the asshole that I have to stab. I've gotten Margit the Fell Omen and some weird dog-looking guy. I stabbed both of them. After that, I haven't really done a lot of stabbing, and I'm like, why haven't I not gone back to stabbing? I didn't really play Elden Ring during COVID. I was like, I feel like COVID was a very unique time where it's like, I could kind of like sit down and be like on the game, and whatnot. Because I played through the entirety of like the Mass Effect trilogy, and I was like, well, bang, okay. I was like, damn, son, these endings still suck due to ass. I did get through a couple of big RPGs, so I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. It's like the drive was there to just, get those games done. I'm like, all right, let's go. Still did not watch Breaking Bad. I was like, I didn't buy Elden Ring over COVID, and I was like, all right, I'll just get to it at some point a little bit later. $60, a little bit, a lot, we'll get to it at some point. Fast forward a little bit. Now it's 2025. Why did I not want to just like go and finish Elden Ring? Because it's like, Elden Ring is a highly praised game. John from Software stabbed me in the kidneys. People are like, this is amazing. Why did I kind of put the game down for a little bit? Besides like, when you die and you get like really pissed and you're like, but there's always something that kind of like pulls you back, right? Because I really loved when I played Elden Ring. I loved the horse. I loved beating up guys. I loved that there were like 18 bosses at like the start. It's like, I kind of just could boss rush, and I was like, I haven't even gotten to the point where they suddenly become Goku and then like rip out my like intestines and then are like, hey, it's me, Goku. Man, you should really do better next time. I'm remembering, I beat Margot, whatever that asshole's name is. And I was like, okay, I'm heading to like the next point, and I'm like, I think I kind of just felt like just lost in like just how much stuff there is in Elden Ring. I died in like a random area, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm at anymore. There's so much crap here. I think I just felt really overwhelmed, and I was like, you know what? I kind of just put it down. Is that really how I felt? So I'm like, all right, Elden Ring's a big open world game, and there's a lot of stuff crammed in every corner. Like, it took me a long while to actually finish the bottom part of the map. Yeah, you beat up the dog looking guy, and it's like, oh no, you killed me, I'm the dog looking guy. Ah! Yeah, that's what they say in the bottom part of the map. And then I found like this weird little labyrinth and stuff. Maybe when I play an open world game, I just have a need to do every single thing. And I don't know what compels me to do it, but I do it because, I need to do everything, It's like, why not? So it's like, okay, let's look at a couple open world games. It's like, easy example, Minecraft. You set stuff out for you to do, right? World's your oyster, stuff like that, blah, 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 penis. It's a very simple open world game. It's like, you can find like unique structures and stuff like that, but it's not like, where's Herobrine's lost ball hair underneath this tree? I'm looking under this tree. And I'm like, you don't really have to explore each area really thoroughly. You can look around for some like cool stuff to like put your house, but it's not like you're looking like with like a magnifying glass, like, I wonder what content there is here in every single corner. Kind of just give yourself your own little Among Us task, and you're kind of just like, all right, I've built my house. You boot up Minecraft, and it's like, oh, there's always the process of understanding the game, but I don't think Minecraft is that very overwhelming of like an open world game, You can kind of just like walk around. Oh, this is nice. There's not like new stuff popping around every corner. It's very much like you can kind of go in like your own weird little ass looking path. Great, wonderful. But generally speaking, I feel like it's very just easy to navigate Minecraft. Mainly because I feel like you're not required to have to kind of just like always look at everything. And by why I say required, I mean me, myself, I don't feel like I'm required to go look at everything in Minecraft. Now let's take kind of like your standard $80 RPG. You get guided into like areas that you're supposed to go, and then there's like those offshoot areas that you can go and do stuff with. They usually got like a funny looking map where it's like, okay, here's like a couple arrows pointing off to the sides. Here's like an arrow pointing up right up into like the main area's asshole. It's like you're still kind of like going to everything. For some people, they can ignore side quests. So it's like, I will do all of them. that I can find. If I end up not finding it, I don't think it's there, and therefore I won't do it. I'm like, okay, hey, and then I go to like every little area, and I'm like, oh wow, how kooky and crazy. Oh wow, wowee. I have done the things now. Time to actually go do the main quest now. Shotgun. Oh wow, the main guy has been one shot. I think I'm also kind of like used to like that kind of style of like open world RPG where it's like Bethesda. Go to this corner, go to that corner, go to the main corner, boom, bop, bam, and then repeat. Now let's take Fallout 4, for example. You, the Minutemen. I think Fallout 4 is probably a little bit more of like the in-between where it's like, there's like a general direction you could go, but then there's like a lot of hoopla all over the place. It's like, oh, hoopla there, hoopla here, hoopla everywhere. A little much here. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo. The only thing is with Fallout 4, I don't know how I ignored every single like random building. I beat Fallout 4 a lot. I did every single ending except the Institute because I thought they were dumb. Well, it's like, I got to the point where it's like, man, I'm not really interested in that, and I ignored it. I went to the parts I was interested in and ignored the parts I didn't. I'm like, wow, revolutionary. I don't know how I managed to do that. I could not do that now. I have to see everything. Now, I'm going to take Elden Ring, and I'm like, all right, basically, I cleared, like, the whole bottom side of the map. I found, like, a giant deer and stuff, and then suddenly I'm in, like, the Grand Canyon, and it's like, oh, man, the sky is red and stuff. Like, oh, my gosh, I don't know where I'm going. And then I looked at myself, and I was like, I don't feel like I should be here, and then I left. I feel like I haven't done enough stuff to actually be here. And then it's also, you open a chest and then you end up into like, where the hell am I? I don't even know where this is. Big guy. And that's just a random ass chest in the middle of nowhere. And you're just like, all right, you're here now. I'm like, okay, sure, dude. I mean, I guess I'm here now. So it's like Minecraft, it's like, world's your oyster. There's no arrows pointing anywhere. General RPG, main stuff points to side quests. Fallout 4, I'm just gonna put a bunch of circles everywhere because that makes sense. And then Elden Ring, I'm gonna put a massive ass circle on the entire thing because I want to do everything and I can't really ignore it. I need to look at like every nook and cranny. And I'm like, I just can't stop. I was just like, man, I think I just got so overwhelmed by the fact that there was just so much stuff in Elden Ring. And I was like, can't do it. I can't do it. I couldn't do it, man. Even though I absolutely obliterated everyone and never died a single time in the game. Because, you know, Elden Ring's not difficult enough for me. I just beat every single boss to death with my bare hands, only doing 1 damage a second. Come on, FromSoft. Like, give me a challenge. I'm kind of like looking back and I'm like, man, maybe kind of just needed to like just take a break. I kind of just kept doing it. And then it's like, oh, now it's like I put down the game and don't pick it back up. And I'm like, you know, I got so obsessed with trying to do everything that I just worried about doing everything instead of just enjoying my time in the game. Oh, then the fatigue comes so much sooner. Maybe that's just something with like a truly open world game where it's like you have so much stuff to do. It might just be very easy to get overwhelmed and be like, you know, I just gotta put this down for a second and then be like, not pick it back up. I think that might just be a me personally thing. It's like, hey, what a neat open world game we got here. Be a shame if someone were to not beat it. As they say in the business. I say this. I am going to finish Elden Ring at some point. It's just going to probably take a little bit. It took a year to finish Baldur's Gate 3. So I'm like, you know, it's still probably going to take a while. Point being is, let's go back to the charts. And I'm like, do charts like these determine whether or not it's like you can get really invested into a game, or also the opposite where it's like you don't really get invested in the game? Yeah and no. It kind of just depends on the person. Because like, what is it? Open world is just one element of a big ass game. Like, what is it? Why do you play Fallout 4? It's because I want to hit the sarcastic option every single time. There are so many elements to these games that make them really nice and enjoyable. I let this one element really get to me. These charts, I'm going to throw them out the window. I'll be honest, they don't really mean squat. It just happened to bug me. as sometimes people always say, it's like you always want more game in your game, right? You know, sometimes you don't want a big empty ass area where it's like, huh, where are the buffalo at or something. The opposite could be said too, where it's like, you know, I feel like there's too much stuff here, and I'm like, all right, calm down. It's like, what is it, that one episode of SpongeBob where they're feeding the health inspector a bunch of food back to back to back? For some people, I think it can be really satisfying. I think for me in this instance, I just got really overwhelmed, and you know, I crumbled under the pressure. I was like, I'm terrible, I'm dog water, I did not get good. You know what, Shadow of the Erd tree? I don't even know what a tree is. What are those, some kind of flowers? You know, I just unfortunately just dropped the game for a while. Because I think now after talking about all this, I think I can kind of come to like, what is it, the conclusion of what I really wanted to talk about. This is just kind of just like weird ass rambling about, let's be honest, not really too major of a thing. I think maybe it's like when you have like such an open world game like Elden Ring, I feel like it just can get really difficult to kind of just like pace yourself. Because the thing is, I didn't really want to look anything up for Elden Ring. Or was like, what is it, like a starting guide, where to go, who to fight, stuff like that. I know like there's the stupid thing to follow. I know that exists. I know like there's the thing to follow, the giant yellow comet, Outer Wilds. I could draw a bunch of like big arrows and then giant circles around said big arrows. Okay, but point being, I think with having that freedom, I let it go to my head a little too quickly, to the point where it's like, I don't feel like I have freedom in exploration, because I was kind of going to every area, kind of just doing like the same thing. I do a massive sweep of every single thing I can find. The way I did that, you know, I just didn't find that enjoyable. And it's completely my fault. I didn't even find the lightning spell. Fun thing, I said I didn't look up stuff for Elden Ring. I lied. I looked up where to find the first lightning spell. How did I miss the big ass canyon? Probably because I didn't go to the end of it. And sometimes maybe changing up the way you play can actually really change your enjoyability of a game. Are you able to realize that in the game, or does it take a lot of time to really reflect and figure that out? It kind of makes me think. I really enjoy the gameplay of Elden Ring. And story, I did not pay attention. Someone seek souls, seek the king, lest you go hollow and stuff. But I definitely think maybe just trying to just like go like all around the place is like, you know, that's my bad. I made the game less enjoyable for myself. And you know whose fault that is? Miyazaki.